The wife of Lesotho's Prime Minister, who is charged with murdering her predecessor, is set to stand trial on March 17th. A magistrate ruled Tuesday when she appeared in court. Mesaia Tabane was detained this month and accused of ordering the killing of Prime Minister Thomas Tabane's estranged wife, Lipolelo. Lipolelo Tabane was shot dead in June 2017 near her home in Maseru. Police allege Mesaia Tabane hired 8 assassins to kill her, but she was not present at the shooting. Mesaia Tabane has denied any involvement in the killing, but cannot enter a plea until her trial starts. She appeared briefly in court before being driven to Lesotho's State House. Lipolelo, then 58, and Thomas Tabane, now 80, were going through a bitter divorce when she was killed 2 days before her husband's inauguration. Tabane and Mesaia Tabane, now 42, married 2 months later. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo met Tuesday with Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in Addis Ababa, where the two men discussed a number of key issues. VOA State Department correspondent Saine has our report.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has had a packed day here in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa, meeting with the foreign minister, the president, the prime minister, and going to the U.S. Embassy and meeting with an interreligious council there. So it's been a packed day. In his meeting with the Ethiopian president, Secretary Pompeo commended her work and her leadership in advancing landmark reforms and her efforts to support women's empowerment initiatives. And later on in the press availability, he said that it was just remarkable that Ethiopia has a woman president. In his meeting with Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, the secretary said that they discussed the importance of organizing free and fair elections to be held in August later this year. And he thanked the Prime Minister for his leadership in the Horn of Africa and for Ethiopia's peacekeeping deployments to Somalia, Sudan, and South Sudan. At a joint press availability with Ethiopia's foreign minister, I had the opportunity to ask the foreign minister and Secretary Pompeo, and I asked the foreign minister what was the greatest accomplishment these last 2 years, and what was the biggest concern. He was very candid and said that they had made remarkable progress towards reform, but that youth unemployment was his biggest worry. Secretary Pompeo said that for him, the greatest thing about the reform in Ethiopia is that it's coming from Ethiopia itself, and the role of the U.S. was not to impose anything, but simply to support the efforts that are ongoing. The next stop on the trip will be Saudi Arabia and then Oman. Pleasure talking to you. This is Cindy Saine with VOA News in Addis Ababa.